Gemini, and welcome to your August 2017 Love Reading with Divine Love Tarot. All right, I want to welcome everybody to my video. If this is your first time with me, thank you for clicking. And if you've subscribed and you're returning, I really appreciate you as well, okay? Um, is everyone enjoying this summer? I say this in most of my videos, but I feel like I've only had like a good 10 days of summer. I feel like we're being gypped for some reason. Like we're having just a very long extended spring or maybe an early fall. I'm in the Northeast, so I don't know where you are, but where I am, it's just not as hot as I would like it to be. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what's going on for your love life or your relationship for the next month, okay, for August. So I'm going to be doing the past, present, and future layout, okay, 3 cards in each position. And yeah, so let's go ahead, 9 cards in total, and we'll see what the energies for your relationship are looking like. All right, cards are already shuffled. The first card you have in this reading in the past position is the High Priestess. Next card you have in your past position is the Ten of Cups in reverse. The next card you have in your past position is the Judgment card, also in reverse. Okay, so let's start with the High Priestess, okay? So the High Priestess is a card that like represents wisdom, your intuition, sometimes like a sense of mystery, all right? It also can represent a woman with these qualities, okay? A woman who's very intuitive, very in tune with herself and the world around her, all right? This is also like a woman who knows how to get what she wants, especially in a relationship, especially from her partners. And not in a bad way, not in a manipulative way like maybe a Queen of Wands reversed or a Queen of Cups reversed. But she just instinctively knows how to get the people around her to, do what she needs them to do. Okay, so this could be you, Gemini, okay, if you're a female. And if not, if you're a male, this represents a woman to you. This represents a woman in your past that had those qualities, okay? Or if it's not a person, but it's most likely a person. If it's not a person, this just could have been a time in your relationship where you guys took a time out from each other, okay? Um, and maybe a time where you just needed some time to think or you asked for some space. But if this is a person, she could be a Taurus, all right, or have a Taurus moon or rising. So if you know that, check that out. But not always, just could be. I'm putting that out there. Okay, so then we move on to the next card in your past position, and it's the Ten of Cups in reverse. So in the reverse, the Ten of Cups represents broken relationships, okay? In the upright, it represents completion, celebration, happiness, relationships, commitment. You see this man and the woman holding hands. In the reverse, it's the opposite of that. So something, maybe divorce or some type of marital issues, okay, just relationship issues. It may have been a time where you found it difficult to express your feelings within a relationship because you see there's an overflowing of emotion, okay? When this card is in the upright, this is emotion flowing out of the cups, okay? Because cups represent emotion. So this is joy, this is happiness, this is everything good that you can express as a feeling. Now it's in the reverse, and that means that either you're not able to express those feelings or you're just not able to express any feelings. Okay, so it could have been a time where you didn't see eye to eye with your partner because maybe both of you were being selfish, okay? But there was just some sort of imbalance in whatever situation was going on here. And then you have the Judgment card in reverse. So the Judgment card in reverse showed that, maybe you were unable to get over being hurt somehow, or you were somehow harboring negative feelings or a negative view of your partner, okay? And, you may have had, or you may have had a hard time letting go of a person who was holding you back, okay? Because sometimes when you stay, you know that you need to get out of a situation, but you choose not to, okay? You make the decision to stay with someone, even though you know they're not that good for you. Okay, and it's interesting because I don't feel like it's this High Priestess person, because this person, um, she represents the ultimate woman. She's like the one, okay? She's the one for you. And I really don't feel like the person for you would be causing this type of commotion unless it's something internal. unless it was something within you that caused you to be unable to connect with her. Okay, maybe you were intimidated by her, if this is the high priestess, or maybe she just um is somebody who is just very influential in your past situation. All right, but anyway, this could have been time of low self-esteem, okay, or just make basically you doubted your own judgment. All right, and sometimes if you don't let go of negative feelings, okay, being hurt or something that your partner did that you just can't get over, if you stay with them, you will start to doubt yourself eventually. Okay, you will have a hard time expressing yourself. And maybe she was the high priestess, and maybe, if you're a male, maybe this person just, um, you know, run circles around you, and you just have a hard time dealing with it. Okay, you have a hard time dealing with it because you're not used to it. That could be the situation. And if you're a female and you are the high priestess, then maybe your partner has a hard time dealing with you. Okay, because this can be hard to handle for a person who's not used to it. But let's go ahead and see what's going on in your current position. Okay, oops, I'm dropping cards. Okay, so the first card we have in the current position is the Eight of Cups. Okay, Gemini. Then we have the Ace of Cups. Okay. And then we have Justice in reverse. And somebody else, another sign got Judgment and Justice in reverse also. But I can't remember if it was a general or a love reading. So let's just go ahead. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's going on. So you came out of the past with the Judgment in reverse, okay? So doubting yourself or maybe holding on to something that, was no good for you. But here you are and you're ready to walk away from a situation. You're ready to move on. You're ready to turn your back on, things that are not serving you anymore. Or you're ready to leave an unhappy relationship or an unhappy situation, okay? Or if you're coming out of a breakup, this can represent the time of healing after the breakup, okay? So maybe in the reverse judgment, somehow you were able to let go of that person, or you have let that person go, and now, you're experiencing the healing that the Eight of Cups can represent. And if that's not the case, then it can also indicate that maybe your partner is losing interest in you. Okay, so this is not always about you. It's just about someone turning their back on this relationship or these feelings, okay, these cups. So you move on because you have the Ace of Cups. So it's like you have the Eight of Cups, which means you're moving away from something. But then you have the Ace of Cups that represents a new beginning, new love interest, a feeling of just being in love. So I feel like there's a new person maybe that stepped into the situation and kind of sparked you a little bit, or there's a possibility of a new person or a new relationship. Okay, because the Ace of Cups represents new love and possibilities. Maybe someone's pregnant. Okay, maybe the High Priestess is pregnant. I don't know. Maybe this is just a time of fertility, so you need to be careful because this is the current. This is your present whenever you're watching this, okay? So this is a very high fertile time. If you're the female, then you could be very fertile or possibly pregnant right now, or if you're a male, then your partner could be, or the person that you're interested in. So maybe be careful if you're not ready for, babies. Um, but it also represents a relationship where maybe, the friendship and the love are very balanced. Okay. So this is a very positive card and it represents a very positive beginning. It's a little bit tricky for me right now because it's in between two cards that are not the greatest, but that just represents life, right? There's always possibilities. Even when you think everything is going crazy around you, there's always a possibility for something fresh and something new. Because now we move on to the Justice card in reverse. And this card is saying that either you feel like you've been treated unfairly or maybe you're judging someone else unfairly. Okay. Let me see. You could just, this card can also be saying that you're not being sensible about your relationship, or you're not seeing things in a sensible manner. So if you have met somebody new, maybe you're not really seeing them in the most accurate light because you're just so excited about this new situation, okay? And you're jumping to all the wrong conclusions about this person, okay? They may be positive conclusions, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're right. You're just basically so like into this person that you're saying, okay, well, you know what? I've made this decision, or I feel this way, or I feel that way, or this is what it is, this is what it should be, and it's not accurate because you don't really know this new person. All right, so that could be what the Justice card in reverse means. What else? I mean, this can also represent some sort of dishonesty. Okay, it represents dishonesty. It can represent a person that's like, do as I say, not as I do. All right, so if you are in a situation where you have just broken up with someone, or maybe you haven't quite broken up with this person yet, but you're ready to move on, but you've met a new person, or you've met someone new, or there's a new love interest on the horizon, you might not being 100% honest with them about the fact that you're not completely done with whatever this Eight of Cups situation represents. All right, maybe you're not completely done with the High Priestess, and therefore you don't want to tell this new person, you know, whatever is going on between the you and the High Priestess, because it's just very ugly, it's very messy. Okay, you don't want to taint your new beginning with that old mess. So that's also what that can represent. Okay. um or somehow you're just not accepting responsibilities for your actions. Okay, so I feel like these two cards are connected, and I just don't feel any connection between this card and these two cards, other than the fact that you're moving away from something here and moving into something new here. So let's go ahead and see what you have going on in the future position. Okay, Gemini? So in the future, we have the Four of Wands. Okay, so things are starting to look up. Then we have the Ten of Wands. Okay. And then we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. All right. So, Four of Wands. We'll start with the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands represents celebrations, okay? Represents a time of completion, of coming together. Okay, if you are in a relationship already, then you might be trying to take things to the next level. Okay, if you are single, then this card can represent that a new person or new love is coming towards you very soon. Okay, and that, you know, maybe you need to get out and mingle and celebrate in order to put yourself out there to meet a new person. But either way, single or relationship, there's going to be a lot of celebrating, maybe engagements, engagement parties, possible weddings, even eloping, just a lot of good feelings in the future, okay? Which is good because, you know, the present and the past were kind of shaky. So going into the future is good to see that you've got some happy times coming up. But then you also move on, and we have the Ten of Wands here. So the Ten of Wands represents a situation where one person feels like they're putting more into this relationship than the other, and it could be you. You could feel like you are putting more into a situation than the other person. This can also represent a relationship where somebody is feeling unsupported and unloved. Okay, they're not feeling like the partner is giving them the attention and support, and just not really there for them in the relationship. Um, what else we've got here? If you're single, this is not necessarily the best time to jump into anything new, even though there might be a new person coming. You might kind of want to just take it slow, or slow things down, or just, you know what I'm saying, not jump into anything because you're just not quite ready. You need to do a little bit more soul searching before you try to get into a relationship. All right, because at the end of this reading, and the last card we have is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. And Three of Pentacles is in reverse means that there is no teamwork, okay? There's a lack of teamwork. If you are in a relationship, that means that commitment, relationship talks, everything has kind of come to a halt. All right, neither one of you right now are putting in any effort into making things work. Communication is stalled. Either you're both too passive to make things happen, or neither one of you are just at a place where you're able or ready to make things happen. All right, so maybe that Ace of Cups was a spark, okay? The Ace of Cups was a spark, but now by the end of the reading, it just doesn't really pan out, okay? And maybe it's because of this High Priestess, Eight of Cups situation, all right? But there's nothing that kind of reveals that, anything was found out. It just shows two people who, for whatever reason, are not moving forward into making a relationship work. If you are in a relationship and there is no breakup, if you're already in a relationship, then it just means that there's a lot of arguments that don't have any resolution. Okay, it's just an argument. It's an ongoing argument. You guys are arguing, but you're not able to get to the heart of the issue. All right, you're not able to solve the problem. You just continue to have the same arguments without one person or either person stopping and saying, okay, look, why are we having this argument again? Like, what is causing this argument? Okay, what can we do to move past this particular issue? Okay, there needs to be some type of compromise, and there just doesn't look like there's any compromise coming. All right, so if one person does feel like they're doing too much, that can be an argument continuously. And if the other partner doesn't understand that, or if somebody doesn't feel supported and the other partner doesn't understand that, then of course that's going to be a recurring argument. All right, but it seems like in between all that, whether you guys are trying to take things to the next level, or you're just partying a lot, you're getting out, you're doing a lot of celebrating together, you still have these core issues of this relationship that need to be worked on. And I'm trying to see who this could possibly be, because we had the High Priestess, right? And then that also represents a time where you could have been following your intuition, so maybe it's not a person, okay? Maybe the High Priestess is just a feeling. Because I don't usually pull clarifiers for these love readings since there's 3 cards in each position, but I wish I knew, like, who are you, like, with, Gemini? But then you get the Page of Cups in reverse. Then we've got the 2 of Wands and the 8 of Wands in reverse. Lovers in reverse. The Star card in reverse. So, I mean, I don't know. This is really not giving me much of anything unless you're dealing with like a crazy Aquarius, or I don't know, crazy Pisces. Could be. But I mean, you know who your partner is, clearly. I'm just trying to, see if I could narrow it down just a little bit. But yeah, so, we have either a single person who is going to be getting out and meeting people and mingling, but it's not necessarily, the best time for them to jump into a new relationship. Or we have people that are already in a relationship, and, whether they're trying to kind of move things on to the next level or they're enjoying each other's company, they're having these ongoing arguments or these ongoing issues about the stability, not the stability, but the balance in the relationship, okay? One person just feeling like they're doing all the work. And this could also be not necessarily a burden in a negative way. It could be a time where maybe one person had a surgery and the other partner has to take care of them, but you maybe need to take care of your partner for some reason. Okay? And maybe whatever this reason is causes you guys to not be able to move forward the way that you want to. So maybe you want to take things to the next level, but maybe there's just some type of burden that comes up in the relationship that you guys have to focus on, which doesn't allow for you to take things in the direction that you want to go. Okay, Gemini, so that is your love reading for the month. If that did resonate with you, please let me know. Okay, I would love to hear about it in the comments. And if it resonated and you want to take things further with a personal reading, please be sure to contact me. Okay, you can contact me here on YouTube, or in the comments, there's my email. You can contact me that way. All right, so I will definitely see you guys at the next video, I hope. And thank you again for joining me today. All right, Gemini, bye.